Hello my keto peeps, it's Samaya and welcome back to my channel, I Don't Sugarcoat. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make keto churros. So let's get started. Before we begin, today's video is sponsored by Wholesome Provisions. They are a company located right here in the US and they specialize in making keto-friendly products. Visit their website today and check out their catalog of low-carb goods, two of which are now staples in my keto kitchen, and that is their Allulose Sweetener Blend and their Lupin Flour. I will leave a link to their website in the description of this video. Now let's jump into this recipe. To start, we are going to mix together our flours. In this bowl, I have 1 cup of some Lupin Flour. I have 1 cup of some wheat protein isolate, 8,000. And then I have 1 tablespoon of some Vital Wheat Gluten. To this, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And now we want to go ahead and give this a nice little whisk. Now let's turn our eye on here, and we are going to be adding 1 cup of water to this pot. I'm going to add a whole stick of butter. To this, I'm going to be adding 2 teaspoons of this Allulose Sweetener Blend. I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of salt. You can use sea salt or pink Himalayan salt or whatever salt you prefer. I have 2 teaspoons of some vanilla extract, and this is optional. I have 1 teaspoon of some sweet dough bakery emulsion. And now we just want to wait until this butter melts, and then we will add in our flour to this. Okay, so now that that has come to a boil, this already smells so good as is. We're going to go ahead and add in our flour. Okay, and now we're going to put it back on the eye and just let it cook together until we get a ball of dough. So here is my ball of dough, and that took a lot longer than I remember when I made it the first 2 times, drying out. Like that took like 12 minutes for the dough to dry out. And so I'm wondering if the recipe that I have saved in my phone is maybe not the right one, because I had two ones. I had 2 of them and I only saw 1. So I think 1 got deleted. So I'm thinking that the butter, it was too much butter. So we're going to want to drop that butter down to about 6 tablespoons instead of 8, maybe even 5. In the recipe, it'll say 5 to 6, and I'll kind of leave that up to your judgment because, like I said, it took way too long to dry out my dough and get it to become a ball. And I just don't remember that happening the second time when I created the churro fries. So now that I have my ball, I'm going to stick it in my stand mixer here. And I've got 4 eggs in this bowl, and I'm going to add them 1 at a time. And I'm going to see how my dough looks as I add it. And then we'll see how many eggs we're going to need to add to this here mixture. I don't think I'm going to need all 4, but I just wanted to have them in a bowl to be on the safe side, and I wouldn't have to, stop and get more eggs. So I'm going to turn this on to low, and then I will proceed to add in 1 egg at a time. And the dough is going to start to break apart, and it's going to start to look a little weird, but that's okay. It's going to come back together, so don't worry about it. So you guys aren't going to believe the bonehead thing that I just did. I'm not sure at what point the camera, I thought I turned it on, but I guess I didn't. And so right now I am already cooking the churros. So I'm not sure how much you might have missed. You might have, I don't know if you saw me putting it into the piping bag and putting the tip on it. Also, I spoke about my dough needing less hydration. So I will fix that in the recipe. But I'll just show you the part that you didn't get to see on the first half. So I'm going to remove these. They look fantastic. I'm going to remove those from the oil. And you can make these as long as you want, but my little box here that I'm shaking them around in, they broke the longer ones from the first batch. So I'm choosing not to make them that long for this batch. In this bowl, I have a half a cup of sweetener with 1 teaspoon of some cinnamon. And you want to do these while they're still hot. After you put them on a paper towel, you want to get them right into the sweetener topping because you want it to stick onto it. If you don't get it in right away, it's not going to be on there. And that's just totally going to ruin the experience of the churro. And look at it. Oh, I'm putting sweetener in the oil. It looks great though. It's on there so perfectly. I mean, it just reminds me of the real thing. But if you didn't get to see me add it before, you're just going to squeeze your dough into the oil like so. And you're going to use your kitchen shears and you're going to cut it from the piping tip. And you're going to want to use a wide tip. And what I've done is I've pulled back the little teeth here. So that way I can get a nice wide shaped churro. If you don't want to have to worry about, closing it back up, opening it back up whenever you want to make churros, I would suggest you buying one that you can leave open like this, specifically for making these. And then you can have a secondary big tip like this. If you're the type of person that decorates cakes or things like that, you don't want to ruin your good tip. So that's my suggestion. So now all that I'm going to do here is I'm going to let these cook up, and then I will come back when they are done and I will taste these for you and let you see my reaction to it. So my churros are done and they look and smell fantastic. I already had a little taste, but I'm still going to taste it on camera for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab this little one right here. This is one of the ones that came out of the last batch that I just did. It's still warm and I love them when they're warm. You can have these with like a dipping sauce. Some people do them with like melted chocolate, or you can take some powdered sweetener and add like some heavy cream and make a little dip with that. Me personally, I don't even need a dip. I like to eat these plain. I ate them just like this all the time when I lived in California when I was much younger. It does have a slight crunch, but I just want that center to be just a touch a little bit drier. Now, you can totally make it the way that you saw me make it in the video. You might like it. To me, this reminds me more of a kind of like a cake texture. So I just want it to be just a touch drier, the dough. So I don't know, you might like it this way. I think I'll just leave the ingredients for this dough and then for a little bit of a drier dough. So I'll leave both of those in the description of this video, but it is still fantastic taste-wise. It is delicious. These make, excuse me. These make the perfect treat. You will love them. Your kids will love them. Your grandkids will love them. Your friends will love them. They're so fantastic. So that is going to be all that I have for you guys today. And for those of you who really like the picture of the churro fries, all you have to do is use a smaller tip and you can make them skinnier and have churro fries. So that is going to be all that I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, mistakes and all, go ahead and hit that like button for me. If you want to see me make more stuff like this, click that subscribe button and don't forget to ding that little bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video. And until next time, you guys, bye.